Hi, Glam Gurus. It's Holly Berger. I'm sorry that I'm unable to join you tonight, doctor's orders. But I did want to go ahead and give you my top 5 takeaways from convention. So let's get started. My number 5 takeaway from convention is new products. I, of course, knew somewhere in the back of my mind that Yonique would have new products. I mean, I've been around when we've launched Touch and things like that, but I think seeing them all together at convention was overwhelming and fabulous. It was just exciting. New eyeliners, new eye serum, which I have here. New eye serum, woohoo! It was just exciting. So many new products, and I was also jazzed about some of the new products. I've been using the new eyeliners, and they are great. That eye serum is going to be really popular, so the new products were fabulous, and to be able to get them right there, hello, very exciting. So worth going to the convention right there, because Melanie would say, we have new lip liners, and you're getting them all. It was like Christmas, so that's a huge takeaway from convention, new products. My number 4 takeaway is actually a quote that I heard in one of the sessions, and that was, you can only work with the willing. Work with the willing. And that actually hit home for me, because I, as a teacher, always want to help people, motivate people. Come on here, let me lead you to the water, take a drink. Let me lead you to the water, come on, take a drink. But I had people on my team who just weren't willing to put forth the work. And it was very frustrating, because I would say to myself, I'm willing to do it, why aren't you willing to do it? And it would be very frustrating, but I think I realized that if they're not willing to do the work, then there's only so much I can do for them. So I've decided to still reach out to those people, but I'm going to focus a little bit more of my time when I'm building my team on those team members who are willing to do the work. And I'm going to work with the willing, because they're willing to do the work, and that really sat home with me. My number 3 reason is very much connected to the last reason. And my number 3 was another quote, and it said, you can't motivate people, you can only inspire them. Now, I don't 100% agree with this, because I'm all about motivation. Come on, I'm going to motivate you. But kind of in conjunction with the last one, I can only motivate them so much. They have to be willing to put forth the work. And so I think I've decided I'm going to tackle that as thinking about inspiring people, right? Instead of thinking of it as motivating people, I want to inspire people. Most of you know that I work for a school district, and something that I always say is I want you to lead by example. I want people to see the work that you're doing, and I want you to inspire them to do the same work. Even for staff development, I'm going to be on the floor cutting out papers or lamination or whatever, it doesn't matter. I want to lead by example, and I want to do the same thing with Yonique. I can't make those people do the work, but maybe I'll inspire them. I want them to see that, hey, I'm out there slinging lashes too. I'm setting up parties. I'm trying to sponsor people. I ask questions. I don't know about this, or maybe I need some ideas. And so I want to inspire people. So to kind of lead this transition, I started doing things a little bit differently on my Facebook group page. I've kind of had a little bit more structure. For example, I started Shout Out Sunday, where I just look at somebody who's been participating in the group, asking questions, or maybe had a good sell week, or something that makes them stand out, and I've been giving them a shout out on my page. And it's been pretty cool. People are like, oh yeah, holla. Or their presenter or their sponsor has been like, that's my girl. And it's just kind of been awesome. And so I think people might now be willing to see who I'm shouting out about now, and I think that's kind of a big deal, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm also done things like Newsday Tuesday, where I just give them information or ideas, and it's been really helpful. So I want to lead by example, and I want to inspire people to build their team, to change their future. I want to build their capacity, and so I'm not going to think of it as motivation. I'm going to think of it as inspiring people. My number 2 takeaway is out of the comfort zone and out of the box. I'm going to tell you the truth. I might need to get a little closer for this. I didn't really want to go to convention at first. And I think the reason was because I had this idea in my mind of what a Yonique presenter should look like. You know, your basic nightmare, tall, supermodel looking thing who has it all. And when I got to convention, I definitely saw those people. Don't get me wrong, I saw them. But I also saw tall and short and skinny and fat and old and young and everything in between. And it took me a moment to realize that I had a place too. And then things started happening. I saw Derek. He remembered who I was. He knew my name. Saw Melanie. She knew my name. Asked me about talking to her daughter because I had seen her daughter at the retreat. I saw Sherry Brown, and she came and gave me a hug and told me how proud of she was of me. And the ladies behind me were like, "Oh, you know Sherry Brown?" I was like, "Yes, I do." But I realized I had a place. So I said, okay, I'm going to do things differently. I'm not going to say I'm in this box. I don't know what else to do. My business is growing, but now it's not growing. Because all those limitations, the box, the way I look, are all right here. And that's a tough thing to admit and say, but it's just the downright truth. And so I said, okay, I'm going to do things differently. And I started with a YouTube video. I said, I'm going to do that. If you'd asked me like 8 months ago if I'd have made a YouTube video for anybody in the whole world to see, I would have laughed at you and I would have said, no way this mug going on that. But I did it, and people have watched it. And I even have like a couple of subscribers already. And I'm like, those people want to see me. So I had to kind of get over that and realize that the limitations, I'm putting them on myself. And I want to give a piece of advice too. I think what made me a good teacher for the 17 years that I was in the classroom was that very few of my ideas were like from scratch without knowing anything before. Some of the best teachers, myself, this is how I was, always go out and look at other things and get inspiration from that. Why do you think we have like Pinterest or Teacher Pay Teacher or things like that, where you see an idea and it may not work for you, but it sparks something inside of you. Like, oh my gosh, that is so cool. That does not work for me, but oh my gosh, if I did this and it could turn to this. I like to call it the domino effect, where I think of this and then, oh my gosh, I might think of this and then this and this and this. And next thing you know, I've got something great. So I've been doing that. I've been Googling people. I've been looking at their websites. I've been looking on their YouTube, their Pinterest. I've been looking at other people's ads and creating my own, their videos, creating my own. I'm looking to other things. It doesn't all have to be from scratch. Find inspiration and think outside the box and try something different. And my big number one reason is feeling. Nothing more than feeling. Okay, some cheesy, but the feeling, being in that room at convention with all those other people and being inspired and motivated and uplifted and hearing that anybody can do this, and they didn't start the company to make a quick buck. It was to help their sister, and they want us to have financial freedom, to spend more time with our kids, to do whatever we want to do, was empowering. And that feeling of pride was amazing. I was proud to be part of this company. I was proud to be a presenter, and I knew I was part of something really important. So those are my takeaways. I hope they helped. And lastly, go to convention next year. I know it's in Chicago, but let's all go together. We'll take turns and have pizza and get lots of free stuff, and it's going to be so much fun. So I had a great time at Convention 2014, and bring on Chicago, because I'm ready. Thanks, Glam Gurus. Hope to see you soon.